Kashi Rich, nigga. I'm back. Rubber bands and wax. I said I'm smoking on the.
Or do you think you never even know what the effect it could be because you never seen it?
Right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's like I see people with both. I know a lot of people that have both. They don't have a father around, or sometimes a mama even around. They raised by their dad.
Okay.
You know? Or I got people that got a 2-parent household, but the parents is beefing the whole time, or still living 2 separate lives. Then I got friends that have 2 loving parents, and I see how it affects each person.
Okay.
I don't feel like it affected me in no way. I didn't really ever go around looking for a father figure because I had one that is a great example of a man. Even if he wasn't around physically, he made sure that he took care of his family, including the child that he took on that wasn't even his child. So
True.
it's like, I feel like with that, even the responsibility of knowing that you're the leader of the house, that don't mean that you physically got to be there. I feel like my sister, she took it a different way because she was younger than me. She looked at it as like, you could keep the money, I want you here. I want you to, take us to our practices, and I want you to be there when I'm getting my teeth pulled, kind of like, I'm just sick of always being with my mama,
True.
So she, and plus that was her biological dad, so I feel like she wanted the relationship of, 2 people being in here on some kid shit, like, I want to be able to beg my mama and dad, I want to be able to be up underneath both their ass, but I've always been driven, so it was like, I did what I had to do at home, and then I went, about my business. I went to go find a job. I went to go do this. I never was really sitting around. We had a family dynamic though. When we was together, we ate together. It's just like it kept rolling. Like you were never even gone. So it was like.
So basically, then you did see a structure of a family.
Yeah, it was just sometimes.
It felt
normal.
normal.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Like I could understand maybe somebody's father being in prison, something like that. Like when they're literally only can talk to them on the phone or through email, and it's like. It's the same thing. You know that they there, but on their job.
Going through your brain, it had to be different because you knew that yours was going to work. It was just his work was military, so he had to be going.
And it was dangerous, because he worked all, in that late 90s and 2000s while these wars was going on.
Okay.
And Kuwait and different, and Korea, that scared me once I started watching TV and realizing, oh shit,
like
9/11.
This was going on,
Yeah, they
like,
really
damn, he
blowing,
over there.
Yeah, they really blowing people up, like, and we all over here living our married life, and I'm like, dang, he in a real war zone, and I realized when he got back, like, looking at him, I'm like, he really been through some shit. My life won't really nothing compared to what he done seen, and he came from Detroit, but the military was his way out. Not having to be a regular schmegular guy to be able to have something to pass on to his kids, without taking the normal street way about it or trying to finagle or scam. He took an honorable way. I don't necessarily tell people to join the military, but I mean, I see what it did. Yeah, I see what it did for my dad. Like, so at the end of the day, it was like now that he's retired, he really do try to spend time with us and his grandkids, and he used all of his money just making sure that we good. He all the time he missed, he trying to make up now, and I'm glad that he's still here to be able to do it. So I give him the opportunity, because all the time people don't get to actually have the fruit of their labors. People can work themselves to death and never even get to touch the money. And you be like, can't even take it with you, So I had to learn to kind of interject a little bit of fun and celebration and not work so hard, and actually be like, okay, I mean, I can see I worked hard for 6 months, let me stop right quick and go check on my family and pull up on them and find out what's going on, and actually be a regular person and not be just so driven, because then if something happened, you done all this for no reason, you missed everything. Like, so I commend him for being able to hold it down for like 30 years and retire and hold down the family and still have his mental to be able to be like, all right, my life ain't over yet, even though I'm 50, like my life is, just beginning. Like I got a lot more I need to do.
Facts. So in that, I heard you say, you used to after you did your 1-2 in the house, you used to do your own thing and you went and got jobs. So that sounds like you was early driven to get money.
Yes. Yes.
What was your, like what was your passion? What was your drive that made you at a young age?
I was always selling stuff. When I
Mm-hmm.
first moved out here, like to Norfolk, one of my friends, Brooke, I remember we had a grocery cart and we both went in our house like 4th grade, took all the stuff we didn't want no more.
Mm-hmm.
We went in the neighborhood, door to door, asking anybody if they wanted all this old ass. Oh, it's so embarrassing now. But I just was thinking about that, like I've been hustling, like I'm pulling the cart, like I got this, I got these old books, I got these toys. They looking like, who is this kid? I know if my mama knew that, she would have whipped my ass. Like,
Hey,
are you
but you
really
was trying to
knocking
get
on
it.
people's doors? But yeah, I just always try to find something to do to make my own money. Like, cause I was being nosy. Like I knew they was living off of my dad check.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking like, dang, I don't really want to annoy her and ask her for this. So let me try to get my own money. And I didn't ever want nobody to give me nothing. So if somebody gave me something, like, well, what can I do to earn it? Like,
True.
I don't want nobody hanging nothing over my head. Like I gave you that. So I always try to barter and trade. Like, well, I'll do this for you and you can give me the money for it. Like,
That's a
just
fact.
don't give me nothing.
Yeah.
I don't trust that. Since small,
That's
since
crazy.
small, don't give me nothing. I know I got to do something later on, and I don't want it to be on your terms. I need those terms right now.
Right now.
Right
That's
now.
a fact. That's a fact. So basically, you was always a hustler. You was always a go-getter. So, and you said you wanted to do fashion first, right?
Yes, because I was designing my clothes. That
You
was
was?
the point of the story. Because I told you we ain't had that much money, so it's like, all right, I'm getting taller. Ain't nothing coming in the house until the next season, so need to redo these pants and do something else to them and put a patch on them. I was writing words side to side. It was so ghetto, but that's why I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like, I did nursing. I mean, I got a degree in nursing, right behind you, but it was just like, this ain't it. It's the restrictions on it. Stuff that's very by the book and very repetitive that bores me. So I like stuff that I could be creative and kind of not being a shell. I hate just, all right, I gotta be here at 9 and ain't no room to breathe.
True.
Can't text my client, girl, I gotta stop and get some coffee. I was out last night and I know which, client it is. We got a relationship, with the people in nursing homes and little babies. You just feel so helpless. You just like, dang, I can only help them but so much. It's just always an end game to that. So I didn't like working in nursing, seeing sick people. And so that ended up, I was thinking about the money first. I was like, okay, I'm looking on the Census Bureau. What in the next 5 to 10 years is going to be booming? I'm worried about how to get the most money and not be in the same situation. So I'm like, oh, okay, nursing. They're going to need more people. So I'm doing the steps. CNA, PCA, medical assistant. I'm doing the steps. Administrator. I'm looking like, okay, because after I do all the CNA work, I'm like, all right, I need to go to the paperwork side because touching on people and dealing with people's family and stuff, that's not it. That's not it for me. And people treated, older people so bad, if they didn't feel like being bothered with them, there was a check, and that bothered me, that really bothered me. So I got rid of that real quick. I mean, I always worked a couple of jobs just because I needed a little bit more, and it's always been just me by myself. Like, I ain't got no husband, I ain't got, my parents, like I said, they all right, but I'm a grown person, so I can't call them like, can I get,
blah, blah,
even though
blah.
I know they would. I know they would if I really needed it, but that's not my personality, so I just always try to figure out what's next, what I need to do next.
So when did you realize, like, fashion ain't it, nursing ain't it, what's next?
Probably like the 11th grade. I applied for Votech, and at the beach they had a whole bunch of different stuff. They had the cooking, they had nursing, they had automotive, and they had fashion design, and they had cosmetology. So I applied for the fashion design, and just that so happened that same year they closed the fashion design program. So everybody that had applied for that, they felt bad, like, oh shit, just throw them in something else.
Yeah.
threw me in the fucking hair shit. I'm like, well, I'm in there already knowing how to do most of this shit.
True.
So I'm like, shit, I already know how to braid. You know what I mean? I did it I'm not at school all day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, this would be good to have extra just in case. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life yet. 11th grade, I was outside.